Coverage you can count on.
This morning on Daybreak, a possible decision in a Tallahassee murder trial could come as early as today as the jury begins deliberations.
Plus, a real health concern. A Tallahassee fire station now shut down as traces of mold surface.
And the weather we've been having definitely might want you may want to take a dip in a lake, right? Well, coming up in your WCTV Messy, I'll show you a competition making waves, literally.
Taking a live look outside our WCTV studios this morning.
Yeah, not a bad day as we start out this Tuesday, which to me kind of feels a little bit like a Monday. But
well, it is your Monday.
Glad it is a Tuesday. But good to have everybody with us here this morning. Everybody have a nice weekend. I guess we had some extended weekends for a couple of us anyway. You were not on vacation, though. You were down at doing some serious
down
work.
working. I was down at the Tallahassee Chamber of Commerce
someone's got to do it.
Conference.
We're glad it was you.
So Marielle and I were there, and it was a good time.
Okay, good.
Not exactly a vacation. A lot of work.
You weren't just sitting by the pool the whole time sipping
Not at all.
margaritas? Okay.
We did live hits by the pool.
Nice. Okay. Well, at least there was a pool involved.
You had that.
Exactly.
We've got plenty to get to with the weather forecast. Going to be a lot more the same today like it was yesterday. And that does mean real good chances for a lot of us to get some needed showers. We see down offshore a couple of sprinkles. Most of the light green we see over the land areas, it's just that low level moisture, which means there will be more of that patchy fog to deal with. I don't see a lot of change with the setup across the southeast. I don't expect a lot of change for another couple of days even then. A lot of change might be stretching it. So we are stuck in this same very humid air mass. And as that happens, Futurecast should crank up those showers again by the middle of the afternoon, if not sooner. Another day to have the umbrella with you. Count on getting wet. Most of us will. Now, as far as the temperatures go, again, Apalachicola not below 80 degrees. Everybody else in that mid-70 range, from 73 in Blakely to 74 at Camilla to 75 in Tallahassee to 77 degrees right now in Perry. And yeah, there is some patchy fog out there, a bunch of visibilities at 5 miles or less. Lots to get to with that full forecast. We're talking about Hurricane Gert this morning, guys. We'll get to it in just a few minutes.
All right, thanks for that, Rob. Well, this morning we now know the name of the person found dead near the Brooks-Lowndes County line last month.
The Lowndes County Sheriff's Office says the body of 52-year-old Billy Rose was discovered by a train conductor on the east side of the Withlacoochee River. We are still awaiting the autopsy report for the exact cause of death.
And staying in Valdosta, a man there was killed in a rollover crash on Monday morning. Troopers say it happened on the 200 block of Smith Avenue. They say the man lost control of his truck and it flipped over into a nearby yard. Right now, his name has not been released.
Well, closing arguments and jury deliberations are expected today in a quadruple murder trial in Tallahassee. Henry Segura, accused of killing his ex-girlfriend Brandy Peters and her 3 kids. The defense called its final witness on Monday a neighbor of Peters. Meanwhile, the state called on an expert who said the DNA found in Peters' phone could not have belonged to a drug smuggler, as the defense claims.
He has some similarities, but he doesn't have all of them. And where he does have similarities, they're in the wrong combination, so he's excluded.
All right, well, Segura's DNA not found at the crime scene. Closing arguments start at 8:30 this morning. He could face the death penalty if convicted.
Tallahassee firefighters relocating after claims of mold at one of the fire stations. Crews at Station 7 bringing concerns to the city. They're now being housed temporarily at Fire Station 9, a few miles away on Thomasville Road. Our Marielle Carbone is following that story.
We're still waiting to get a hard copy report of air quality testing done, but a spokesperson for the city telling me it does show higher levels of mold spores in the air in the hallway at the station. That's compared to other parts of the building, but it's still lower than outside levels. A vendor now working to remediate and correct any problems that could be causing that. Still 9 firefighters at Station 7 filing first reports of injury, which is the first step toward a possible workman's comp claim. Lawyer Jeff Bickler guiding them through that process.
It's very clear that people should not be living and working in this type of an environment. And so really the major concern is the immediate health consequences and impact on the well-being of our firefighters.
The city expects Fire Station 7 to be shut down for about 2 weeks. It says this will not impact firefighters' response to calls. In Tallahassee, Marielle Carbone, WCTV Eyewitness News.
The Tallahassee International Airport is working to expand opportunities when it comes to land use. You may have recently seen signs like this around the airport, ads for development, the city looking to attract companies that would bring light industrial, manufacturing, or maintenance facilities to operate on airport land. They say it'll create more jobs, of course, plus more income for the airport.
When we create more non-aeronautical revenue, that will also drive the price down that the airlines have to pay to utilize the airport. So we hope that those two things together would drive ticket prices down as well.
400 acres of land are already leased for the city's solar farm, so progress already made on that front. They're still looking at leasing another 600 acres of land.
Florida officials are looking to improve the number of people with college degrees in the state. Numbers show just 33% of Floridians have a degree. Officials with the state's Higher Education Coordinating Council are establishing an 8-year plan to raise that number to 55%. And they say the focus is not just on 4-year degrees.
Not everybody needs to have a college degree. Not everybody needs to have a bachelor's degree in order to achieve their dream. We need all types of folks to make Florida work. Whether you're a welder, electrician, it's an amazing amount of pride in those types of jobs.
Now, in order to achieve those goals, the state says it would need to expand internet access in rural areas, as well as put more emphasis on 2-year trade schools.
A very warm welcome at Rickards High School on the first day of school.
A group of community men.
I'm great this year, man. All right, good to see you. Now, good to see you.
A group of community men you see there, dressed in shirts and ties, line the school to greet students on their first day back. Mayor Andrew Gillum and other community leaders showed up as well. One of the volunteers tells us they hope to do this every year.
I'm just in awe to see all these young gentlemen coming out and support this great cause, making sure that we encourage our kids for this upcoming year and making sure that they know that they have support here in Tallahassee and the surrounding areas.
The men say they plan to mentor students throughout the year.
Buses are a lot nicer today than they were 40 years ago when I got on. Wow, this is nice.
Leon County School Superintendent there, also on the scene to welcome students back yesterday. Rocky Hanna stopping at the bus compound to thank drivers for their hard work. Hanna even jumping on board to ride a full bus route, making several stops to visit schools and students.
I feel excited and I feel like I'm going to come out to a great start and me and our friends get a good education and have a good time.
All right, Hannah's last bus stop was at the Appalachia Elementary School, where he did the school's morning news alongside our very own Lenitra Bennett.
And check out these first day of school photos. Ashley P. in Bainbridge sent us this photo of her sons, Alexander, Jaden, Quentin, and Cameron. And Nikki from Tallahassee sent us this photo of Amelia. Look at her there, a new 3rd grader at Gilchrist Elementary School. You can share your back to school photos with us. We want to see them through the Submitted tab on our website, WCTV.tv. Time now is 5:08, a new way to use a lawnmower.
In fact, the new craze is turning into some stiff competition. Our Charlene Cristobal has more in today's WCTV must-see. Charlene?
Yeah, guys, lawnmowers aren't just for cutting your grass anymore. In Britain, they're used to race. Take a look at this annual lawnmower race. It's a 12-hour race where mowers have to complete as many rounds of this track as they can. You'll see an aerial view of it in just a second. And they have to do this in the fastest time. There's actually an entire lawnmower racing association that I found that's in Britain. Now, the winner of this year's race was Team Northerners Kick Grass. It's their 5th win in a row. Creative name there. And if lawnmower racing isn't your thing, how about waterfall jumping? Yeah, this is a competition that happens every year at a waterfall in Bosnia. 23 people tried to compete for best dive. Now this waterfall, guys, is more than 69 feet tall. I can't imagine doing either of those things, actually. Wow. I mean, jumping off 69 feet in the air, nope, can't do it. Lawnmower, I don't think I could drive one.
That waterfall
You could drive a lawnmower. I don't want to jump off a practically 70-foot dive, though. My
That's
gosh.
way too dangerous.
Yeah, it is dangerous. I picture Rob doing the jumping off the waterfall thing.
He's like the daredevil of the group.
But it would be a cannonball.
The cannonball.
That's for sure. And I have raced lawnmowers. I have raced lawnmowers.
You have raced
lawnmowers? Yeah, in upstate New York when I was at Syracuse. I did a story with the folks racing lawnmowers. It's very fun. They go faster than you think because they don't have the blades on them anymore, so they kind of soup them up a little bit.
Wow.
We
That's
have
a
to
good
see
time.
that video.
That's a good time.
You have to
I
find it and
probably
show it to
have
us.
some someplace.
All right,
But it
we
might
gotta
be on
find
one of
it.
those old big fat tapes.
It works.
As
We
many
have a
years
thing
ago
back
as I
here
was
that
at
can do that.
Syracuse. Let's talk about our weather around here. If you're going to cut grass, you probably want to do it early this morning. Of course, you're going to deal with wet grass because of that damp we've got outside. To the bottom of the screen, a couple of sprinkles. Everybody else is just dealing with the warm, the muggy, the humid. And that's not going to change. Another day where you step outside and the glasses fog up immediately. That's a look, bigger picture, and still same kind of story, right? The showers fire up later in the morning, in the afternoon, then by the evening and nighttime the showers calm down, but it stays so humid we get a lot of that patchy fog. We consult our 24-hour temperature cast. Like yesterday, it's going to want to keep those numbers down because we should have those clouds and those showers. I still think a lot of us are going to get real close, if not just up over 90, like we did yesterday, and then cool off when the showers do their thing. And as Futurecast shows us, plenty of showers expected again. Now, it's not going to rain all the time, all day, everywhere. There'll be breaks, there'll be gaps. But a lot of us, those 30 or 45-minute showers and done. Hey, we've got Hurricane Gert between Bermuda and the United States. The winds are at 75 miles per hour. Still wants to stay in that channel between any land area and stay out over the open waters of the Atlantic. Excellent news when these storms take those kind of paths. We've got lots going on in our forecast, including more in the tropics. We'll break it all down in just a bit.